Good evening. My name is Levitt Brown. I am a student at William Woods University, majoring in the Masters of Education for Athletic Administration program. My presentation today is on presenting a final budget. The final budget is compiled from several proposals for funding from 12 athletic programs. The deciding factor for funding of items in the request proposal were determined using such factors as whether items are needed to operate the program, to operate the program safely, to operate a program that encourages spirit at our school, and finally to make sure that our funding meets Title IX compliance as determined by our school. The following presentation starts off with the approved final budget for all athletic programs. The presentation then proceeds to discuss a breakdown of each individual athletic program. Detailed proposals from all athletic programs will be made available upon request to this office. In this section, we break down the athletic program's final budget. We have the titles athletic program, the requested amount, the approved amount, and a comments section. For baseball, they requested for example, for baseball, they requested an amount of $19,927.77. They were approved for $5,973.79. You can also see we have a comments section, and you would look at the boys track where you see to the right in that comments section, we actually put why we did not approve anything for them. We felt that many of the requests, in our opinion, are capital requests. What we will do for this program, we will approach the board for consultation, and we will use reserve funds should it be deemed that this field is in total disrepair and that we are unable to repair it. We would then look out to see if we can find places where we can rent a track, and then of course we would have to also pay for transportation. The objectives of the athletic program are to provide physical activity that will increase strength, skill, coordination, overall fitness, and good health for our students. It is also to encourage the student participation in athletics and help develop positive mental attitudes toward competition, school, and the community. To teach the student to accept the many responsibilities of his or her participation, and to teach sportsmanship, pride, school spirit, and fair play, so the student may always keep winning and losing in its proper perspective. The athlete should first strive for the goals of the team and consider his or her personal goals second. And finally, to teach that hard work, diligence, and supreme effort are ingredients for success. Also, you will note in the cheerleading section for comments, we had a comment for them as well. And what we felt with cheerleading was that this raised the spirit of the school. So many of their items were approved just solely on the fact that this program raised the spirit of the school. And then you see where the total box there is where the total requested amount from all athletic programs was $140,908.20. We end up approving $37,612.74. A breakdown of these items for the uniform budget would be in item number one, the practice gear is a Nike League tank, which would be 30 tank tops at $30, which would round that off to $900. And item number two for practice gear, the Nike League short would be 30 shorts at $30, which would be $900. And item number three, we would order the Nike national jerseys, which would be 30 at $35, which would come out to $1,050. And item number four, the Nike national shorts would be 30 at $35, would also come out to $1,050. And item number five, the travel gear, which is the rivalry jacket, we would order 30 of those at $65, which would come out to $1,950. And then item number six, the travel gear, Rivalry pants would be $30 at $55, which would be $1,650. And then item number 7 would be the Nike Hoop Elite Individual Backpack, would be $30 at $85, rounding that off to $2,550. And that explains the uniform budget expenses. In this section, we had a breakdown of each specific program's proposal, the requested amount, and what we approved. As you can see here for baseball, which was proposed by Jason Gross, you see that he had a total requested amount of $19,927.77. The final approval was for $5,973.79. Our biggest approval was for the Big Bubba Pro batting cage, which we will explain in the budgeting narrative. Here with the budgeting narrative, we explained why we approved or disapproved a specific item. If you refer to the budget, you will note that under the item they're listed from 1 to 9. Item number 1 was approved for $263.92. We decided only 4 dozen of balls were needed instead of 8, and we encouraged baseball program to make effort to retrieve balls better. Also note we approved the batting cage, which should help save more balls. Item number 2, we approved game balls. The rationale is game balls are needed. It's the same thing for item number 3, we approved batting helmets. This is a safety issue. Item 4, we approved the catcher set, and we agree that it is unreasonable to believe that some kids can afford this safety item. In item number 5, we approved equipment bags. We helped with controlling costs by storing and organizing equipment. In item number 6, we use this to cut the cost of this item. Heavy tarp will suffice for protection with a cost of $100. Can be purchased from Home Depot or Lowe's. We figured they did not need the collegiate type tarp that they had requested. Also in item number 7, we also felt that a heavy tarp will suffice for protection, and therefore we only gave them allocated $150 for this type of tarp, which we found that we could purchase at Moe's. In item number 8, we approved this item as well. The rationale is that it addresses safety issues and concerning errant balls and addresses the issue with losing balls. On item number 9, we denied this, and this was due to the limited budget, and it does not address any safety or control cost issues. Our softball proposal came from Whitney Ross. As you note, you can see where the game balls where she requested $490, and we approved only $210. We actually cut her proposal, and we'll explain that in the budget narrative. As you can see, you can look over the other items that she requested, and you will see, note that we have the requested amount and what we approved. In continuing with the softball proposal by Whitney, you will note that her requested amount was $6,085.14. We approved her for $2,087.92. We will explain this in the budget narrative. In the budget narrative for softball, item number 1 was approved. The rationale is that softballs are a necessity to operate a program. However, we cut the order to 3 dozen softballs at $70 per dozen, which came out to the figure of $210. Item number 2 was approved also. It is a necessity to help improve a program. And item number 3 was approved because it is a safety issue. Item number 4 was denied. It neither addressed the safety issue nor necessity to operate the program. Coach also stated that she can do without this item this year. Item number 5 was approved. The rationale is a safety issue. We approved item number 6 because we felt it was just a small ticket item. Item number 7 was approved, and the rationale, it organizes and protects equipment. Item number 8 was approved. The rationale, it helps coaches organize. And item number 9 was approved because we feel that uniforms are a necessity. Uniforms are also approved on a rotating basis. What we mean by that is one year you may purchase your away uniforms, and the next year you may purchase your home. Item number 10 was approved, again, because of uniforms as a necessity. And item 11, we approved because this was a safety item. Item number 12 was approved, again, because this is a safety item. And item number 13, we denied that. We will make an argument to the school that this should be taken care of in the school budget. This is the same thing for item number 14. We will again be making an argument that this should be taken care of the school budget. Same thing with item number 15 and item number 16. We believe that the school should be able to help us with those items in a separate budget. Item number 17 was approved. The rationale is that this item is needed as a tool for the coach and will aid them in reporting stats as a requirement. Coaches are required to report stats, sometimes to news organizations. Item number 18 was denied. We were making an argument to the school that this should be taken care of in the school budget. Item number 19 is we denied this program. The rationale is that this item is not needed to conduct the program. Same thing for item number 20, item number 21, and item number 22. Here you had a girls' basketball program, and this proposal was made by Amy Kostruska. You will note that she started off with item number 1 being the most priority for her, which was the Spalding basketballs. And then you can see that in that amount it was $1,299.80. And you will note to the right the approved amount was $649.90. We will address that in the budget narrative. Just want you to take a moment to look over the rest of her proposal. You will note here that the total proposed amount for the girls' basketball program was $4,523.88. The approved amount was $2,528.70. We will explain this later in the budgeted narrative. Here in the budgeted narrative is explained why some items were approved and why some were denied for the girls' basketball program. As you note, in item number 1, it was approved. This is a necessity to operate program. That was our rationale. However, we were only approved 10 balls versus 20 balls requested. We felt 10 balls would suffice for the girls' basketball program. In item number 2, we approved this item because this is a necessity to operate the program for reporting purposes. And like we had mentioned earlier in some of the other programs, some of these programs are required to report scores to news agencies and or the conference. Item number 3 to 6, these items were approved for only $960, and this was for uniforms, which is to replace either home or away uniforms. Uniforms replacement will be on a rotating basis. What we mean by that, one year we may replace home, and one year we may replace away. Item number 7 was approved. The rationale is that practice jerseys are needed for uniformity of teams, and it promotes organized events. Item number 8 was approved. The rationale is that balls can be accounted for and kept and stored for this type of equipment. Item number 9, we approved this. This is a tool to help coaches better communicate with their team. And item number 10, we approved that, and then the rationale is that this cart provides storage for a valuable resource, which is our basketballs. Item number 11 was denied at this time, and the rationale is that the basketball court will be serviced by maintenance personnel. And item number 12 was denied, and the rationale is that this item is not a necessity at this time. This is a proposal from the boys basketball program. This proposal came from Levitt Brown. You note that in item number 1, the practice jerseys, they requested an amount of $900. You can see that we approved that amount was also approved of $900. You can go down where you will see the team backpack, which was for, they requested $2,550, and we cut that. And we'll explain that in the budget of narrative. Just want to give you a chance to go over the remaining items. Here you have the boys basketball program budgeted items proposal continued. You will note that their total requested amount was $13,556. We approved them for $4,306. Just want to give you some time to go over the rest of the items requested, the requested amount, and what we approved. Here we have the budgeted narrative for the boys basketball program. For item number 1, we approved that item. The rationale is that practice jerseys brings organization to your organization, and they're indeed needed for practice. And item number 2, we approved this item as well. The rationale, again, is that practice shorts brings organizations to your organization. Item number 3, we approved that. This item is that the rationale is that uniforms will be approved on a rotating basis, and that these uniforms definitely needed to be changed. And it is the same thing for item number 4. Item number 5, we denied that. And the rationale is that travel gear is not a necessity. And we have noted over the years, not only from our program, but for other programs, that a majority of the time travel gear are purchased by that particular student athlete and or coach. Same in item number 6 and item number 7. We felt that the rationale is that this item is not a necessity. Continuing with the budgeted narrative for boys basketball, item number 8 was approved. The rationale is that this item protects and organizes our resource, which is our equipment. Item number 9 was approved. The rationale, again, is that this item is a necessity to operate the program. Item number 10 was approved, and the rationale is that this item provides storage and organization for our important resource, which is our basketballs. Item number 11 was approved. This is a safety item. Item number 12 was approved, and the rationale is that this item is needed for coaches in aiding them in reporting scores and stats, as we had mentioned with the other programs. Item number 13 was approved, and the rationale this item helps the coach better communicate with his players. Item 14 was denied, and the rationale is that this item is not a necessity at this time. And this proposal is from the girls track team. This proposal is by Justin Heldon. You can just take time to look over the items that were proposed, the requested amount, and the approved amount. You will note that uniforms requested amount was for $1,500, and we approved that amount of $1,500. And we'll explain that in the budgeted narrative. And you will see it ends with the Gill Hurdle Porter, which was requested amount of $310, and it was approved for $310. The total amount requested from this program was $4,472. And this was one of the only programs that got exactly what they requested. And that amount was approved for $4,472. Here in the budget of narrative for the girls track, you will note that item number 1 was approved. Again, the rationales for uniform. They're a necessity to operate a program. Item number 2 was approved. The rationales that hurdles are a necessity to operate a track program. We also approved these hurdles in conjunction with the boys track program, and that they would be able to use those hurdles as well. Item number 3 was approved. Batons are a necessity to operate a track program. The same thing for item number 4, which for the shot put. Item number 5 for the discus. And item number 6 was approved as well, the long jump conversion board, which is a necessity to operate a track program. In continuing with the budgeted narrative for girls track, item number 7 was approved. The crossbar is a necessity to operate the track program. Same thing with item number 8. We felt the judges' flags are a necessity. Item number 9, we felt that it is needed to keep that this broom brush is needed to keep the pit condition after each event. Item number 10 was approved. The rationale is that cones are a necessity. And item number 11 are the rationales that starting blocks are needed in the operation of a track event. And then item number 12, of course, was approved because this is a safety item. The boys track program proposal was given by Scott Stevens. Again, this was broken down into item numbers, requested amount, and approved amount. Just take time to look over this proposal. They began by requesting that we resurface the track with the requested amount of $55,000. And the approved amount was 0. And you will notice it ended with the rim weighted discus, which there was no amount listed, and we were unable to approve an unlisted amount. The total requested amount was $56,261.63. This program, we did not approve anything. And out of all the programs, this was one of the only programs that we did not approve anything. We felt that boys track and girls track were close in things that they could provide to each other. Also, we will explain in the budgeted narrative why we also denied many of the things proposed to us by the boys track program. Here we have the budgeted narrative for the boys track program. What we did ask from all proposals is that they list the proposals in priority. Here, the resurface of the field was listed at the number 1 priority, and that amount was for $55,000. That would have taken the whole amount budgeted to the athletic program. So we had no choice but to deny this item. We also felt that this item was a capital item, and that the payment to resurface a field would actually give a lifetime of that field of over 10 years, which is normally requested under our capital budget. So we felt that we could go to the school and possibly request this $55,000 or the board of directors be placed in the capital budget. We also felt that if this field was in disrepair, that we could possibly use some of the reserve funds that we have left from our athletic programs to go out and either rent a field or get a field for an in-kind, and then pay for transportation for those student athletes to get to that field. And you can look at all the other items from 2 to 10. They were denied as well. Many of the requests mirrored the same for the track for the girls. So the items such as hurdles, shot puts, crossbars, those were all approved for the girls track program. Next, we have the girls volleyball program. A proposal was sent by Kelly Trotman. As you note, here we have again the item number, the requested amount, and the approved amount. The number 1 priority for this program was the Molten Super Touch volleyballs. They requested an amount of $1,022.40. We cut that in half to $511.20, and we'll discuss that in the budget narrative. The total proposal was for $2,715.55. The approved amount was $1,575.55. Take a moment to look at the rest of the items that were requested. Now we'll look at the budgeted narrative for the girls volleyball program. Item number 1 was approved. Like I said earlier, we only approved the 12 ball purchase instead of 24 ball purchase. The rationale is that we believe that only 12 balls are needed at this time. Item number 2 was approved. The rationale is that this item provides storage for our volleyball equipment that we purchased. Item 3 was approved. Rationale is that this item is needed to report scores and stats. As we had mentioned in other programs, sometimes programs are required to report to the media and to their conference the scores and the stats. Scorebooks and other tools of reporting helps the programs accomplish this mission. Item number 4 was approved. The rationale is that this item is needed to operate the volleyball program. Number 5 was approved, and again, this comes back to the uniforms. Uniforms are needed to participate in the program, so we obviously approved 5 and 6. And the uniforms will be on a rotating basis, whereas each year we will take a look at whether it's home or away and approving the needed purchase of that particular uniform. Item number 7, we denied this. This is gear that we believe should be purchased by the student athletes and coaches, and this is supported by the programs throughout the country in which travel gear is normally purchased by the student athlete and or coaches. Here we had a boys volleyball program proposal, which was proposed by Matthew McCarthy. Again, you note that we have items listed, requested amounts, and approved amounts. All items are listed in priority in which the coaches believe with the item that they wanted most. You will note that the Tachikara white volleyball request was approved for $30.60. You can go down to where you see the total amount requested from the volleyball program, which was $4,715.24. The approved amount was $1,497.24. Take a moment to look at some of the items requested amounts, and the approved amounts for this program. Here we have the budgeted narrative for the girls volleyball program. Item number 1 was approved. However, we only approved 12 balls, a 12 ball purchase instead of 24 ball purchase. The rationale is that we believe at this time only 12 balls are needed. Item number 2, we approved this as well. The rationale is that this item provides storage for our volleyballs that we purchase. Item 3, again, you look at the rationale for scorebooks, and this is the rationale as being that programs are sometimes required to report stats and scores, and the scorebook is a tool that will help those coaches fulfill that mission. Item number 4 was approved. The rationale is that this item is needed to operate the volleyball program. Number 5, again, we come back to uniforms, which were approved. Rationale is that you need uniforms to participate. Again, they will be on a rotating basis, and it will be the same thing for item number 6, which is, again, is uniforms. Item 7, again, we denied the travel gear. We believe that student athletes and coaches should make these purchases. Here we have the girls lacrosse program and their proposal, which was proposed by Andrew Jett. Again, you will note the item numbers, requested amount, and approved amounts. Everything is listed in priority as to which the coaches believe were a priority item. You see where they had Adidas suits, jersey, and bottoms. Those are uniforms. You note that their requested amount was $4,575, and it was approved for $4,575. Take a look at the other items. You will note that the total amount requested was $7,182.83. They were approved for $6,982.83. Just take a moment to take a look at some of the specific items that they requested, the amount, and the approved amount. Here we have the budget narrative for the girls lacrosse. Again, the items are listed in priority. Item number 1 was approved. Again, the rationale is uniforms are a necessity to operate a program, and uniforms will be approved on a rotating basis, basically every other year. Item number 2, balls approved. Balls are deemed a necessity to operate a program. Item number 3, we approved that as well. The coach was adamant that nets must be replaced from year to year, so we approved that. Item number 4, we approved partially. Practice jerseys are needed to conduct a program. That is why we approved it. The amount was reduced to match the amount of jerseys requested, which was 25, as you can see in item number 1 of their budget proposal. 25 times 2 is 50, so we approved 50 jerseys at $10 instead of 70 jerseys at $10. Item number 5, we approved that. This is needed to ensure that the program will operate, and you must have extra sticks just in case. Item number 6, again, we approved that. The rationale is that you must be prepared if a program needs to turn a player into a goalie. And that is the same in item number 7 and item number 8. In item number 9, we also approved. Rationale is that, again, this is safety equipment, and we must have make safety equipment available to all players. Item number 10, we approved this. The rationale is that the equipment bag provides storage and organization of resources, mainly our balls. The field hockey program. Their proposal came from Shelby Miller. Again, you will note that it's labeled as item number 1, request amount, and approved amount. And the items are listed in priority. Again, this is what the coaches believe that they needed most. So they put them in a priority level. You can see that this coach believed that official field hockey goal was needed. They requested $1,595, and you can see that that amount was approved for $1,595. Looking over the items, you see where we end here on this section, where the goalkeeper protection helmet was also approved at $125. Take a little bit of time to look at some of the other items that were requested by the field hockey program. Field hockey program proposal continued. Again, things are listed by item, the amount they requested, and the approved amount. You will note that the total amount requested from the field hockey program was $7,374.20. They were approved for $4,664.80. Just want to give you some time to take a look at some of the items that were requested and the requested amounts and the approved amounts. This here is the budgeted narrative for field hockey. Again, things are listed in priority. Item number 1, we approved that. The rationale for this item is that this program is listed as a priority and that goals are needed to operate the program. Item number 2, again, we come back to balls. Practice balls are a necessity to operate a program. Item 3 is game balls, and that is we definitely approve that because, again, they are needed to operate a program. Item 4 was approved. The rationale is that hockey sticks are needed to operate a program. Item number 5, approved. The rationale is that uniforms are needed to operate a program. Again, uniforms will be approved on a rotating basis. Example, away uniforms 1 year, home uniforms the next year. You note that in items 6 and 7, both items were denied. Basically, we believe that these are individual items and that historically programs throughout our area in the country, travel gear has been purchased, or personal gear has been purchased by the student athlete and or coach. Items 8 and 9 were approved, and the rationale is that these are safety items. This is the budget narrative for field hockey continued. Items 10, 11, 12, and 13 were all approved. Rationales that these are safety items. Item number 14 was denied. Again, we believe that student athletes and or coaches should purchase individual items. There's the same thing in item number 15, which was denied for the same reason. Item 16, we approved. The rationale is that this item is needed to protect and organize our resources. Item number 17 was denied. Again, we believe that this is an item that should be purchased by the student athlete. And 18, we approved this item, which the rationale is that this item is needed to protect and organize our resources. Here we have the boys soccer program proposal, which was by Brendan Neal. Again, things are listed in priority. Item number 1, the requested amount and the approved amount. You will note that in items number 1 and 2, again, those are uniform issues, and we'll discuss that in the budget narrative. But again, these items are listed in what the coach believes is a priority. It ends at the bottom there. On this particular screen is Adidas training bibs. Just want to give you a little bit of time to take a look at each item, the request amount and the approved amount. Again, this is the boys soccer program proposal, continuation from the other section. Again, you will note that item numbers, proposed amount, and approved amount. For this one here, the total amount proposed was $8,586.76. The approved amount was $1,857.06. Just want to give you some time to take a look at what was proposed and what was approved in the item. This is the budget narrative for the boys soccer program. Again, item number 1 was an item that was listed in priority. So this was their number 1 priority. For item numbers 1 to 4, we approved all those items. The rationale is that uniforms are needed to operate a program. However, only either home or away uniforms will be approved. So this the soccer's program will have to make a decision because we only approved them for $799.68, which was approved for those uniforms, which was half of what they were looking for. Item number 5, we approved socks because these are normally purchased by the soccer program. Item number 6 was denied. Item 7, 8, and 9, all for the same reason, that we believe that these are considered individual items, personal items, and that the student athlete and or coaches should be able to provide those items. Item number 10, we approved that. The rationale being is that balls are needed. However, we are only going to approve $400 for the balls. So the soccer program will have to make a decision on how many balls they will be able to purchase for $400. Item number 11, we approve that. We believe that training bibs are needed and that they are traditionally approved for soccer programs. Items 12 was denied. Again, it comes back to being us believing that this is an individual item. Item 13 was also denied. Um, we considered that this was not needed to operate the program and that they could actually use cones. Item number 14 was approved with the cut, with the rationale being that nets can be repaired with the net repair kit. These kits normally cost about $60. We just did not feel comfortable in purchasing new nets just to have them sit by just in case something happened to the nets that were being used at that time. Budget narrative continued for the boys soccer. Item number 15, we denied this item. Rationale is that, again, these items should be purchased by the student athlete. We looked at these as being personal items, and that traditionally throughout the school system that these items have been purchased by the student athlete. Item 16, we denied this one. Again, the rationale is that this item is not needed at this time to operate the program. Item number 17, we approved for 2 sets of corner flags instead of 4. The rationale is that only 2 sets are needed. So this, we only approved $136 for nets. Item 18, we denied this basically because we believe that cones can be used, and we've seen this done throughout programs historically and throughout our district. Item number 19, we approved this. The rationale is that coaches need whistles to control the student athletes. Item number 20 was approved. The rationale is that equipment bag is needed to protect and organize our equipment. Item 21 approved. Rationale is that the scorebook is needed to report scores and stats. And again, we come back to sometimes coaches are required to report scores and stats to not only the conference, but also to news media. Item number 22 was approved, and the rationale is that the tools, that these tools help coaches communicate with student athletes. The cheerleading program proposal, which was proposed by Nicole Murphy. Again, you look at how the items are listed. They're listed in priority as the coaches feel, requested amount, and the approved amount. The priority for this coach was uniforms. You'll see the Chase crossover skirt and the Chase metallic spark shell top, and also the Chase sports signature top. And you'll note those are uniform items, and they were all approved with cuts. And we'll discuss that when we get to the narrative budget for the cheerleading. Just want to give you some time to take a look at some of the other items that were requested amounts and approved amounts. This is the cheerleading program proposal continued. Again, it's listed by priority. You will note here that we have the total amount that the cheerleading program proposed, which was $5,507.20. They were approved for $1,666.85. Just want you to take time to take a look at some of the items that they proposed, the amount that they proposed, and the approved amount. Here you had a budgeted narrative for the cheerleading program. Again, item number 1 was approved. Rationale is that uniforms are needed to operate a program. However, only either home or away uniforms should be approved, so the program will have to make a choice. We budgeted this for $314.25 was approved for uniforms. You see item number 2 again. We were approved for uniforms. Again, the program must make a choice, home or away. And the amount for this one was $239.25. Item number 3, same issue. Program will have to make a choice, home or away uniform, and they were budgeted for $149.55. Items 4 to 6 were denied. Again, we believe that these are individual items or personal items, and traditionally, schools in our district and our school itself, the student athletes have purchased these items themselves. And that's the same thing with item number 7 and item number 8. Item number 9, we approved this item, but we only partially approved it for $178. The rationale is that only 30 multicolored pom-poms are needed to conduct the program at this time. Item number 10 through 17, these items were approved. The rationale is that these items raise the spirit of the school, which is one of the school's athletic department goals. So we took this very serious, and we believe that these items 10 and 17 should be approved and were approved. Item number 18 to 22, we denied these items. The rationale is that these are individual items that are not needed to conduct the program and historically have been purchased by each individual. In conclusion, this was a very long process in putting the budget together. We used a criteria in picking whether we were going to approve an item. Our criteria was safety, whether it raised school spirit, whether the item was definitely needed in operating the program, and we also looked at the priority in which the coaches listed the program, the item that they had wished to be approved. Also, we were unable to not approve anything for the boys track program. We felt that there may be an issue with the track, whether it was going to be in total disrepair or whether we would be able to repair. So that would be something that we will be referring to the capital budget. Thank you for listening to my presentation.